3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a little bit of an extended show to do today, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. Good morning and welcome to Volume of Takes, episode 11. We got some things to talk about today, some things to do. Happy NFL Sunday. Right? NFL Sunday, happy football Sunday. Some things to talk about. Just give me 1 second. We're going to talk about it. My boy Aaron, thank you for the sub, Aaron. Thank you for the sub. I need to put an alert box like right here. Right here that says somebody has sub. G Snipe, what's up, my boy? I got some good shit for you today too. Let's see. I just got to share this link to one more group chat. And we're good. And let's get it popping in just a second. How we feeling today? How y'all feeling today about Football Sunday, man? How y'all feeling today? I know y'all too, Aaron and G Snipe. Y'all can relax today. Y'all got y'all win for today or for the weekend. For week 1. I know y'all can feel good about that. We got some good games going on today though. Let me pull it up. Let me just pull it up. It's gonna be a little glitchy for a second because ESPN likes to be stupid. So we're gonna go to NFL Week 1 games. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Let's go to see more. And we are going to laptop screen. Here we go. Boom. All right, cool. Some score predictions for today. I at the Saints, I really got the Panthers winning this game today at Saints. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really do like the Panthers odds. I want to see that new offense. I think that Bryce is gonna be real nice in that. I heard the pretty boys T and JC aren't playing today. So I want to see what that looks like. Broski, what's up? Want to see the Cardinals upset the Bills so I can get Monty a hard time. Yo, somebody get Monty in the chat. Get Monty in the chat real quick. Tell Monty join the joint real quick so we could troll him in his Bills. So I could give him my take about his Bills this year. Because I don't think the Bills... I think if the Bills make the playoffs, they're a 9-8 team making the playoffs. And I think 9-8 is not going to be good enough for the AFC to make the playoffs this year. I'm not going to lie to you. Chase is warming up, so he is playing. Okay. Cool. All right. So he is playing. All right. Then but you still don't have T, so that makes it easier for the coverages to double him. Who knows? We'll see what Gerard Mayo dials up to see if we can lock him up. Let's see if Gonzo can lock him up. That's actually a really good matchup. Gonzo versus Jamar Chase 1-on-1. That's actually a really sneaky good matchup. Giants versus Vikings, home opener for the Giants. We're going to be wearing our nasty-ass 100-year uniform, 100-year anniversary uniforms today. Not excited to see that, but I'm excited to see Malik Neighbors and what he does versus that defense, because that defense said, we're not shit. So, I mean, he's not lying, but we gotta see what he talk about. Steelers versus Falcons. I feel like this is my big 1 o'clock game for today. Outside of this one, right? Outside of the Texans and Colts game, this is probably one of my biggest games for today. And I got the Falcons walking away with it just because it's a home game. I think that I don't know. Is Kirk playing today? I think Kirk might be playing today. If Kirk is playing today, I really do like the odds against the Steelers, and I think Justin Fields is starting today. And I'm excited to see that new Falcons defense. Did they make a contract negotiation? Did they agree on a contract with Matthew Judon? Let me see. I don't think they did. Okay. So he's still on his, I gotta prove it to you guys. So he didn't get a contract yet, but I think he's still gonna play today, which would be really good. So I want to see what that does. I think I got the Falcons winning that game by 10 points. I'm gonna call that like a 24-14 win. This is gonna be a really big game, a division game to open the season, and a division that was really like tight last year. I think that the Texans take away that game though. We'll see. Yeah, Snipe, I seen online yesterday on an article yesterday that they are leaning towards starting Fields. So we'll have to see what that looks like. So much quarterback controversy going on over there. Cardinals versus Bills. I do want to see a rookie receiver versus rookie receiver. I would love to see that. Keon Coleman versus Marvin Harrison. I haven't seen shiznit about Marvin, bro. I haven't seen nothing about Marvin and no practice, no camp, no anything, which is crazy because that was supposed to be like the prolific receiver coming out. And I'm not saying that he's not doing anything. I just don't think that. I think that the Cardinals are trying to be real secretive about what they got going on over there. So we'll have to see if they make some noise this year. I really doubt it. That's the worst team in their division. I really think they move on from Kyler in the next like 1 to 2 seasons, if not the end of the next season. The season after, they definitely move on. Bears versus Titans. I got the Bears taking that game. I just don't think the Titans have enough. I don't think they have enough yet. I like that roster. I just don't think they have enough yet. They gained a lot of pieces, a lot of vet pieces, but I'm not too high on that team. Keon looked bad in the preseason. MHJ should dominate that secondary. I think he can dominate. Well, who do they? They don't have anybody in the secondary except for Rasul Douglas. Now, the thing about players looking bad in the preseason, Jamar looked bad in his preseason debut. A lot of players kind of look bad in their preseason debuts sometimes. Well, not a lot, but most cases, some rookies don't look really too well. So I'm not gonna hold that over him, but I would like to see some splash plays from them. Not that I want to see them win this game, but I would like to see some, because I really like Keon Coleman. I love Keon Coleman's game, especially when he was at Florida State. That was a dog. Jaguars versus Dolphins. Somebody tell me what's going on with Tyreek. I just got the notification that he was arrested. What is going on? Driving violation? He's still to play, so I guess that doesn't mean anything. He's fine, I guess. Man, be careful how you driving out in the streets. Dolphins are gonna curb stomp these boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Our 4:00 games. Bo Nix, season debut with Sean Payton at the helm. I think I like the Seahawks in this matchup, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos brought it to the wire. I'm not surprised if the Broncos brought it to the wire. I like this matchup though, early in the season, especially for Bo Nix. A really stingy defense. For the Seahawks with that defensive line that they got and that secondary that they have. They did lose their edge rusher early in the preseason. I think he might have got hurt. He'll miss like the first couple of weeks, but that secondary is still really well put together, and they have a really good head coach, defensive-minded head coach, probably one of the best defensive minds in all of football right now. And Mike, is Mike? It's not McDonald. What is his last name? It's like Mike something. I know it's not McDonald. I don't want to call him the wrong thing. Mike McDonald. Chargers versus Raiders. The Raiders would be a really good team to watch. As well as the Chargers, but they don't have nobody to throw the ball to. But the Raiders would be a really interesting team to watch for that defense. That D-line got upgraded significantly by adding Christian Wilkins, and that'll really help draw some like one-on-ones for Max Crosby. That'll be a thing. I hope all Ravens fans are watching this game, because y'all got to see what y'all got to go up against next week. Not the y'all just can't blow this team off. This team right here isn't a team to blow off. They're not great because they don't have a good quarterback. They really don't have a backfield too much either. But this is a sneaky, like I feel like this is gonna be a sneaky like upset team. Like they'll pull some wins off that they have no business winning. This will probably be the main game watched right here, the Cowboys and the Browns. I got the Browns walking away with that dub. I got the Browns. I really, but at the same time, the Cowboys. I've been saying this the last 2 weeks since they signed Dalvin and Zeke. They have somewhat fixed their. Well, they have answered to their running back problems on paper. On paper, they have answered their running back problems. But we have to see how both Dalvin and Zeke perform. I think Zeke will be just like a short yardage back, pick up the dirty yards, like the 2 to 3 yard gains. Or if it's third and short, you put him in, maybe run a play action to threaten the run, get the box loaded up so you could get somebody open on the flats or maybe take a shot on 2nd and 1 maybe. I still think that Rico starts. Maybe. I don't think you bring in both of those guys and then you don't start the guy that was there before. I don't know. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing, but I do have the Browns winning that game. Jerome Ford is a really good backup to replace Nick Chubb, midway through the season. Is Deshaun starting? I think he had a bruised shoulder. A couple weeks ago, I think, or a bruised elbow, something that was bruised. But I haven't seen anything where it said he wasn't starting. Let's all look at it together. I thought it was gonna bring up the rest of the. Deshaun Watson says Browns are fine with low expectations. Oh, maybe I'm reading it. Okay, we're not gonna find out. Okay. Maybe I searched the wrong thing. His dad did just pass away a couple days ago. Rest in peace to his family members. Blessings and all to Deshaun Watson and their family. This is last year. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a great question. I hope he does play. Him not playing would really affect that game, right? Oh my goodness. Y'all didn't see that. Him not playing really would affect that game outcome. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I think he does play. I don't think if it is that big of a deal, I think we would have heard about it a little bit earlier. Commanders versus the Bucks, 4:25 game. That's really a way to start the season. I ain't gonna lie to you, for your rookie quarterback debut, an away game, 4:00 game, versus the Bucks. Who do I have in that game? Again, I was saying this earlier. The Bucks lost so many defensive pieces. Sean Murphy-Bunting, Shaq Barrett, Devin White. Those are key pieces. They still have Vita Vea. They still got number 0 or number 9 on defense. I forgot his name. He's one of their edge rushers, their outside linebackers. Still got Levante David. Still got Antoine Winfield. And then still got the corner, number 35, something Dean. But I don't really see them being that, like, I got to see what Todd Bowles does. I got to see what Todd Bowles does and how you fix that. But they offensively, they're still the same team. And then you add it to your backfield by adding Bucky Irving, who's a really good running back. Shout out Bucky from Oregon. You still got, Mr. Hall of Famer Mike Evans going in the year, what year is it? 12? 11? 11, 12? Jamel Dean, thank you. What year is it for Mike Evans? 11 or 12? I think it's 12. Mr. 1,000 yards. I'm going to get 1,000 yards, whether it's 1,001 or 1,008. I'm still going to get 1,000. And then you got Chris Godwin, who is also another 1,000-yard receiver. I don't think he's done it in a couple seasons, but can't take nothing away from him. He's done it before, so we got to give him that title. I don't know. Does Baker in this second year of this offense get it clicking against that new Dan Quinn defense? I got the Buccaneers winning this game, but it's not by a lot, though. It's going to be a dogfight, and I think that they win this game by, I want to say a touchdown. They're going to win this game by a touchdown. I don't know what the over-under is. I don't want to look at it because I know I'm going to be wrong. Then we got the primetime game for tonight, Rams versus Lions. This is a great way to open up primetime Sunday Night Football. This team right here with a lot of questions in the Rams, and then this team right here with like a lot of upgrades, but one of the best O-lines in the league, the Lions. I'm expecting these guys to make the Super Bowl in the NFC. I'm not expecting these guys here to make the Super Bowl. I really do not see these guys making the Super Bowl again for a while, if I'm being completely honest with you. Even though it's the same team, same roster, I do not see these guys making the Super Bowl again. Listen, I could be wrong, and I don't mind being wrong. I do not care to be wrong. But I just feel like, although as good as this team is, I just feel like these guys have, I think their window is closed. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, if this isn't the year for them, no year is the year. But I really don't have this team making it to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. As far as they'll make it to the NFC Championship, and they're going to lose again. That's my prediction for these guys. Especially now that the Packers have lost Jordan Love for the next, I want to say, what was it, 3 weeks? He's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. If you miss those 3 to 4 weeks, they're down, I want to say, 3 more losses. Then now that puts them at 1-4. That's a tough way to start the season and a tough way to climb back, especially because your division is very hard. And the NFC really isn't, it's wide open, to be honest with you. So I think for the Packers, there's plenty of time. But at the same time, I feel like it's going to be a dogfight to climb uphill from 1-4. But I'm never going to count those guys out. It's the Packers. But for this game, I do have the Rams starting off hot. No, I'm going to take that back. I got the Lions winning that game. It's a home game for the Lions. The Rams, they have a lot of questions. And by questions, I mean that D-line is brand new. Two new rookies on that D-line. And Jared Verse. I was so high on Jared Verse coming off that draft. Jared Verse to me was like one of the best edge rushers next to the guy from the Colts. For the Colts, I got drafted Latu. Sorry, I don't know why I'm terrible with names all of a sudden. Like, I really know these guys. Like, off stream, I can talk about these guys. But as soon as I put the camera on, I get nervous. The edge rushers that the Colts picked, I think that Jared Verse and him they weren't close. But I think I really like Jared Verse's chances on winning Defensive Rookie of the Year next to Latu and the rookie that Seattle drafted, the D tackle that they drafted. I like those 3 chances for those 3 guys. And then we got tomorrow's night's game, the Jets and the 49ers. The Jets have to put on a show. I have to go with the Jets. I have to go with the Jets in this game. I really do. They have to put on a show. And as hype as this team is, it's an away game, but it's Aaron Rodgers' first game back. Now, everybody was super excited about them, cooking, third-string corners against us in practice. So I got to see what they do against first-string corners. I got to see what they do. My sister's in the building. Long live. What's up, baby? How you living? How you feeling? How you like the YouTube platform? YouTube looks a little better on the screen, right? It feels a little better than Twitch, right? I hate Twitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. Until they get me a deal, I'm not messing with Twitch. But yeah, that's my predictions for today. We'll go through it again. Panthers, I got the Giants winning this game. I'm not trying to be biased, but I really don't believe that. I believe my D-line is just better than their O-line, and I think we're going to get to that quarterback. I didn't say who I had for this game, but I really do. It's most likely going to be the Bengals. Joe Burrow is playing. Drake May is not. But I like the secondary matchup for this team, for the Patriots and the Bengals. I really like the secondary matchups. I really, really, really like it. Wow. I'm gonna go with the Bengals though. I feel like that's the easy answer, so I'm not gonna put myself in a hard spot. Falcons and Steelers. I got the Falcons winning. Colts and Texans. I got the Texans winning, but I got them winning on a game-winning drive by C.J. Stroud. It's gonna be an exciting game, division game, really hard game to open the season. Bills and Cardinals. I got the Bills winning that because I don't believe in the Cardinals defense. Titans and Bears. I got the Bears winning this. Dolphins. I really got all the home teams winning their games today. Except for this game so far. Jaguars and Dolphins. Definitely the Dolphins. Dolphins got to open the season up hot. Can Bo Nix beat this Seahawks defense? I don't know. He only has Courtland Sutton to throw to. That's not enough. It's not enough. Seahawks take that win. Raiders versus Chargers. Dude, the Raiders open the season hot with that D line and nobody to. Oh, wait. Is Justin Herbert playing today? Cause didn't he have a broken finger? Or didn't something in his finger? That might change my answer right here. Cause I was about to say the Chargers with Harbaugh opening up the season. Herbie playing today. Justin Herbert's married? Since when? Okay. Okay, he's playing today. But I do like the Raiders in that D line. I'm gonna say the Raiders take the W today. Antonio Pierce in his second year coaching. I think he welcomes John Harbaugh back to the league, saying, "Hello, welcome back, but we are the new big dogs in town." I think the Raiders open up with the W. Cowboys versus Browns. Wow, I'm hungry. Cowboys versus Browns. If Deshaun Watson is playing, I like the Browns. But if Deshaun Watson isn't playing, it's a big question. Because who the hell is their back? DTR is their backup quarterback? I don't like that. Oh, no. Jameis Winston's their backup quarterback. Well, they're both the backups. I don't like that. Trayvon Diggs is back. Liv, you just missed me saying that if the Cowboys really answered. I don't want to say they answered. You could probably educate me this. I'm gonna get you on the show one day. I'll probably get you on the show sometime within the next couple of weeks if we can get that happening. You and Snipe, I'm gonna get y'all both on the show. Separate dates, separate segments though. If we could do that with you guys. But Liv, you could probably answer this question better than I can. The Cowboys, to me, I feel like they were. Oh, shit. Oh! 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 Dak Prescott just got paid. Woo! Okay, Dak, we gotta look at this contract. Oh, shit. Hold on, we gotta go to X. X. Why did I just call it X? We gotta go to Twitter. Twitter. Dak just got paid. Wow. Somebody got to clip my freaking reaction. Wow. Dak just got paid. Damn. We got to go look into this deal. Damn. Adam Schefter. He tweeted it. All right, here we go. Hours before Dallas kicked off its season, it's reached an agreement with QB Dak Prescott. Another 4 years, $240 million extension that will make him the highest paid player in NFL history. Wow. Excuse me, I'm sick of the bullshit! That's why I'm sneezing. Why couldn't he leave? Damn! I wanted him to leave. I'm sick. I'm sick. Fuck. I wanted him to leave so bad. I want him to be a Raider so bad. Wow. $60 million a year average. Wow. Well, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When y'all have to pay him next year, y'all cap gonna be this Dak to y'all cap. Somebody not getting paid next year. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all ain't signing no free agents. That's Dak to y'all cap. But rightfully deserved, though. Get your money, man. Get your money, black man. Get your money, black man. I really do respect it. I really do respect it. Shout out to Dak Prescott getting your money, man. Good job, Dak. And, you know, he didn't have to hold out. He showed up to practice every day. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I am sneezing my tail off. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Allergies is whooping my ass today. They didn't sign any free agents without signing him. Let's be honest. Yeah. That's true. What I think next year, who do they have to pay next year? They have to pay Micah next year? Wow, man. That means Micah's been in the league for 4 years already. That's kind of crazy. No, this would be Micah's 4th year, right? No. This is Micah's 4th year? Or is this Micah's 3rd year? How long has that nigga been in the league? I think this is Micah's 3rd year. Dallas fans are now satisfied around the globe that Dak Prescott has finally reached a deal with them. The quarterback stress, the contract stress can be relieved. Now, the next person to be paid is Micah, but I don't think they worry about that till next year. I don't think that's even on Jerry's mind as of right now. They're going crazy in the chat right now. Going crazy in the chat right now. So, back to what I was asking, Liv, if you're still here. My problem with deciding on the deciding factor is not the quarterback. Well, is the quarterback problem for the Browns, but it's also the question for the Cowboys: can they run the ball? Who's in the backfield? And they have Zeke, Dalvin, and now they have Rico as well. Question for you guys is: who's the starting running back, and what will it look like? I like Zeke on the short yardage. I was just saying I like Zeke in the short yardage. Dalvin has fresh legs. Yo, if you would have told me like 5 years ago that Dalvin and Zeke would be playing on the same freaking roster, I would be like, bro, you're tripping. You're lying. But that's what it's come to when, you know, vets get of age. We're going to talk about top 10 running backs on Tuesday, too, because I had a really tough discussion with my brother yesterday about top 10 running backs of all time. But I like... That would be smart. That would be smart. I really don't know how these contracts really work in the NFL. That's one thing I have to educate myself on. Is how these contracts are working, because I really don't see if my math is correct, the salary cap is only $250, and you're paying one player $60 million, you're paying another person $20 million, you're paying another person $30 million, you're paying another person $15 million. Like that, to me, that sounds like that adds up pretty quick, and you're not gonna have any money for anybody else. So I need to figure out how these salary cap stuff works. I'm gonna educate myself over the next course of the week to figure out how that works, so I can talk about it more fluently and confidently. But you're saying that they should extend Micah now and load the contracts opposite of one another. Front load one, back load the other. I like that though. That sounds like you pay one person and then you pay the other. Yeah, that makes sense, right? That makes sense. How much is guaranteed though? Is it how much is guaranteed on that? Is that guaranteed? How much is guaranteed? I guess we'll get more details later. Yeah, that's my Sunday prediction. I think I got the Cowboys. If the Cowboys can answer the run game, I think the Cowboys can take this game. But if Deshaun Watson is starting, I do like the Browns. It just depends. That's a toss-up for me. But if I had to really come down to the wire, I'm going to say the Browns. I think the Cowboys start with a... No, you know what? Dak just got paid. I'm going to change that. Dak just got paid. He about to show us why he's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. I'm going with the Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this. Sorry, Browns. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They're going to show me why he's the highest paid quarterback. He's about to tear it up today. Commanders and Bucks. I got the Bucks, but that's a dogfight. Fields is starting. Yeah, I definitely got the Falcons winning then. That D-line is going to give him hell. Commanders and Bucks. I got the Bucks winning this game, but it's going to be a dogfight. Rams and Lions. I got the Lions winning just because that O-line is really good. It's a vet O-line against a young D-line. A very young, talented defense, but a very young defense. And then that offense, I just got to see my boys Cooper and Puka together. I think they have Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. I'd like to see Blake Corum get some touches today. I think he's the punt returner for them today. I would like to see him get some touches in the backfield, though, see how that works, and see Matthew Stafford and see what that Rams team does. It's going to be a really good game, though. This game being a primetime game is going to be a really good game. We get to see both teams. I get to answer a lot of my questions today watching that Rams D-line, watching Jared Verse, and I get to answer a lot of my questions about this Lions team on whether or not they're going to be back in the NFC Championship, which I do have them being. I have them returning there. Making the Super Bowl. If I could trust Dan Campbell to take his points, then yes, I have them going to the Super Bowl. But if he doesn't take his points, I don't know. Big news from yesterday, though, was even though we did my Sunday prediction, big news from yesterday. Notre Dame lost yesterday to Northern Illinois University. That game was interesting. That went down to the wire. They need to drop Notre Dame just like how they let 4 or 5 teams jump us over the weekend last week for Oregon. They need to drop Notre Dame to at least 15-20. At least. You lost to an unranked NIU team. Okay. Excuse me. You lost to an unranked NIU team. You need to be dropped. There's no excuse for that, Marcus Freeman. There's no excuse. Y'all are the better team by far. It's not even close. Y'all should have dominated them. It's crazy. And I think Oregon probably will be dropped in the rankings again. I seen that Illinois did pull off the upset on Kansas yesterday. I seen that. That was a really good game. Now the question is, I think they're too low. I think 19 for Kansas. That drops them out of the rankings too. I think Oregon probably drops to like 10. They're probably going to drop us to like 10 or 11. They're not going to drop us out the top 12, but they're going to drop us to 10 or 11 because although we didn't lose, that game came down to the wire. Now, here's what I said this last weekend. And somebody brought this up last night too. We should be blowing these teams out, right? If you're the top ranked team, right? You got all these NIL deals. Everybody's getting, you're bringing in guys. These guys are really good, 5 stars, whatever. You should be blowing these teams out. Now, I don't know what's going on in Oregon. I don't know what's going on with Dan Lanning. I don't know why one weekend our defense looks tremendous, and then the next weekend our defense looks suspect, and then our offense looks crazy one weekend, but then our offense looks really good the next weekend. I do not get it. But I will say I like a resilient team I like a team that's fighting. I like a team that's battle tested early in the year because our backs was up against the wall for all 4 quarters, which I don't like saying. I do not like saying that, especially against a team that's not a Power 5 school, that's not a ranked school. Like, I do not like saying that. Power 4, excuse me. Bro, what's good? But a really good point was made last night that the NIL deals and transfer portal, everybody's getting better. All teams are going to be looking a lot different. So, with that being said, Syracuse had Will Howard yesterday looking like a dog. I mean, in the last 2 games, Syracuse has looked like a brand new program with Will Howard in the last 2 games. I think he already is almost at 800 yards and 8 touchdowns, I think he has. The guy's playing out of his mind. I don't know what's going on with Oregon. I think last night was a dogfight, though. If you guys go back and watch that game, it was an exciting game. It was a dogfight of a game. 2 games back-to-back in Autzen Stadium where we went at home. Little history fact that I didn't know, that we have never beaten Boise State. We've never beaten them before. I did not know that. I did not know that we had that kind of beef with Boise State. But that was our first time beating them last night. That's crazy to me. But it was a really good game. Ashton Jeanty is going to be a first-round draft pick, or not a first-round, a second-round draft pick, if he doesn't somehow sneak into the first for a team that really needs a running back. But he's going to be a good draft pick for somebody in this coming year draft. He proved to be a dog. At 5'9", he was breaking tackles, making huge plays. I think he eclipsed 200 yards last night total. The guy's a dog. I think he had 3 touchdowns, too. The guy killed us yesterday. Colorado did get smacked. Now, this is what I don't like. I understand the attention that Colorado draws, right? With primetime being there. I understand that they, because it's Coach Prime and it's his 2 sons, and then you got Travis, who's basically his 3rd son, and they give you the behind the scenes of what goes on and what transpires in a college, in a college setting. What goes, how they interact with each other, what they do at practice, and I don't think they don't really talk shit. You don't really ever hear them talking shit about another team. Now, if I could be wrong, you can send me a clip of them talking shit or pregame, but you never really see them say, like, we're going to dog walk these dudes. We're going to dog walk them. You never really see that. What I don't like is that the media tries to turn it to where we're expecting this team to be some undefeated team. We're not. I'm not expecting these guys to go undefeated. I am expecting these guys to look better than what they did last year. That O-line I thought was going to be so much better than what they were. Nebraska manhandled them. In the opening drive, 3 plays straight. The first 2 plays were drops. That's how I knew the game was going to be rough. The first 2 games were drops. You do it to the same player twice and he dropped the ball twice. That's bad. Then the sack, the way that number 9 just got in the backfield was disrespect. I think Nebraska for the first half really disrespected Colorado, disrespected them offensively, and the offensive coordinator, what is his name? Is it Zimmer or Schumer? It's Zimmer, right? He has to be better. You have to be better. You have to dial up plays to where, I was saying the same thing about who else O-line was getting destroyed the other day, and I was saying they have to get the ball out quick. On Thursday, who played Thursday? Was it Thursday for the Ravens? Yeah, it was Thursday for the Ravens. If your O-line is getting destroyed, you either have to add protection by putting a tight end, because apparently you guys have the best wide receiver class or the best wide receiver group in all of college football right now, right? Okay, cool. So you don't need 4 guys out there running routes. You could do it with 3, because what Nebraska did for the first half of the game is ran straight man, and rushed 5 and 6. Straight man, rushed 5, rushed 6, rushed 4, rushed 3. Straight man coverage all the first half. I think the only time they ran zone and that's when Colorado started cutting them up, when they started running zone. because when they were running man and they were running the blitz behind it, boy, did you guys look bad. But that's because your offensive coordinator and your personnel caller was not putting in the tight end. He was not adding extra. He wasn't putting in a bigger back to add protection in the backfield to make these blocks, to pick up the blitz, to have protection off the edge. It was just really bad. To let your quarterback get sacked 4 times in the first half is very bad. It's very bad. I think collectively, I think they have to fix it. In the second half, they looked really good, moving the ball and stuff. Defensively, they looked really good, getting stops. But overall, you guys got manhandled. And looking at the rest of your schedule, let's see. Because you guys got some dogs that you got to play. And this loss really changes how I look at the rest of your schedule. If I'm being completely honest, I'd be surprised if y'all get away with having more than 6 wins. I'm not going to lie to you. Colorado State should be a dub. This should be a bounce back game. Baylor, the way they just lost, this should be a dub. And that's okay, and that's okay to say that he played bad. And I think that pick 6 is bad as well. Like Deion said in the presser last night, we never seen him make those decisions. Like, we've never seen him make a decision like that to put the ball in harm's way like that. We've never seen that before. I just think that first sack really rattled his mind, and the pressure was really rattling his mind because, as soon as you snap the ball, the boys the D line was in his face. I think if anything, instead of throwing a pick 6, high ball it, throw it away, live, another down. I think once they threw that pick 6, I knew the game was over. You could just tell by the body language that the game was over. But the defense, I'm right there with you. I root for them because Deion, and I root for them because of Shedeur, and Shiloh and Travis. But I don't think they played well last night. I don't think he played well last night. I think this kind of hurts him in the Heisman odds, and I really do want him to win Heisman. But hey, I want him to fall right into. I still want him to be a New York Giant in the future because I think we get the line and we get some help in New York, and I get that boy in the backfield throwing the ball. Oh yeah. I like my odds versus anybody. I absolutely, Snipe. He does need to take, as a leader, you do need to take some ownership. Like, yeah, I could have been better. I need to do better. I didn't listen to what he said in the presser. I mainly listened to what Deion said. So, if you're saying that's what he needs, if I'm assuming that you listen to the presser, and you're normally really accurate about that stuff. But I look at this game right here. I feel like they should win this game. It's a home game for them. And Baylor didn't look really too impressive yesterday. So I do expect them to win that game. These 2 games I expect to win. This game right here is going to be a toss-up because UCF has a really good D-line. Another team with a really good D-line and really good athletic secondary. And they have a good run game. UCF has a really good run game. Another battle test right here. Right here. Another battle test. They should be coming off of a loss. I think Kansas should be coming off of a loss to... By the time they play Colorado, they should be coming off of 2 losses. I got Arizona and Oklahoma State beating them. I do have Arizona and Oklahoma State beating these guys. I think they should be coming off of 2 losses. I think Deion and Colorado can take some film from that, seeing what they could do. Because I don't think Arizona is better than Colorado. I just think they have 2 really good playmakers. That defense is really good, don't get me wrong. But let's see who they played. They didn't play anybody really or like. Oh shit! They just beat. No, was this yesterday? This was yesterday. Oh, Northern Arizona. They dropped to being unranked. No. Why does it say that they were unranked right here? Tighter game here than what it was last week. And he played a little bit more sloppy. And he only had 2 catches. So their best player only had 2 catches. So I feel like their schedule, Colorado's schedule is tough when you look at it on paper. But like these are games that should be winnable. This is a winnable game here. This is a questionable winnable game. They're coming off of 2 losses. You need to figure out how they lost, what happened, and you need to figure out how you can win this game. They're about to probably come up on a couple losses. Figure out how did they get tight game with this last team that they just played. You know what I'm saying? It's regular film study shit. I think the losses really come towards the back end of the season. This 4-game stretch right here is going to be tough. It's going to be hard because these guys have a suffocating defense. These guys have a suffocating defense and a monster run game. Ollie Gordon, if Ollie Gordon doesn't go in the first 2 rounds, somebody's smoking. Ollie Gordon is a dog. A dog. If he's not the first running back drafted out of this class next year, something's going on. I need to figure out what's going on. But this 4-game stretch is going to be tough. I don't see them coming out with a win in any of these 4 games, not unless they really improve that O-line and they find a way to run the ball. You can listen. I need everybody to understand this. You cannot win football without running the ball, without having some type of run threat, without having some type of running game. You cannot win in football without running the ball. I have never seen a team win football without throwing the ball. Like a good football team against a good opponent, against a really good opponent. Because this game right here, where is it? When they played these guys, they barely ran the ball. But they were cutting them up in the secondary, right? They were taking what the defense was giving them. They didn't have to run the ball. But when you play a team like this team, or when you have to play a team like this team, or this team, even this team, you have to have a way to run the ball. You cannot go the full season without having some type of run game. You have to figure out how to run the ball. I understand you want to make Shedeur look like this. We know what he is at the quarterback position. He's already proven that to us this season, right here in these games. Okay? He's proven that to us in these games. You have to show us that you guys can run the ball. That's big. That's major. That's huge. You have to show us that you can run the ball. And until you do that, I don't see you guys winning no more than 4 more games. 4 more games. I can't see you guys winning no more than 4 more games. And those 4 games are going to be, they should be, easy wins. This should be an easy win. This should be an easy win. This is not going to be an easy win. But these 2 should be easy wins right here for you guys. Because the matchups is so lopsided, right? But right here, these are going to be tough wins, but they should be wins. They should be. That's my take on that. These should be wins right here. But they're not. Then I don't think that you walk away with a dub in both of these games. I think you lose one of these games right here. You lose one of these games, even though you should win off of them coming off of losses. If you guys study film hard enough, you can figure out what the mismatches are going to be. Dub should be a dub. I don't think they're really all that good this year. But neither is Colorado for real. But they're super talented, a super talented team. Shiloh apparently broke his forearm last night too, so we won't see Shiloh for a while. Utah, Colorado, and Kansas. This is going to be a 3-game stretch, man. Let's go back to this deal. Let's see if they post any updates about this deal and what that means. Oh, my God, bro. Now listen, I like Kendrick Lamar. I really do. But if I have to hear "Not Like Us" one more time. Okay, that's who's performing at the Super Bowl. Okay, it's not, it's not a bad, I'm not mad at this. I just don't like, it's just, we've already seen him perform at the Super Bowl. We've seen you perform already at the Super Bowl. You just performed at the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I don't want to see you again. Damn, NFL. Justin Fields starts versus the Falcons. Wow. I'm trying to see if there's any more updates that we need to talk about. $60 million a year. Wow, he's making 5 more than any other quarterback. Wow, where's Patrick on this list? Now, here, let's talk about this right here. Let's talk about this. Okay? Let's talk about the difference between winning teams and teams that are going to struggle in the future. These guys are going to struggle in the future. These guys are going to struggle in the future. These guys are going to potentially struggle in the future, but they have a really good young team that doesn't have a lot of heavy contracts right now. Same thing with the Jags. Young team, they have a few big contracts. That's the thing. Everybody's so out on Russ. Nobody really realized last year with Russ Snipe towards the back end of the season, like that last, like, I think the last, like, 8-game stretch, Russ went on a freaking run. Like, nobody's talking. I don't understand why nobody's talking about the run that Russ went on towards the back end of the season. Like all of a sudden, like, he just fell off out of nowhere. No, Russ played really well. Just like how everybody's super high on Jordan Love playing the last 8 games of the season, including the playoff game. Russ played, I don't want to say he played out of his mind or like an MVP form, but Russ played very well if we look at the numbers for the last 8 games. I'll pull that up in a second, but let me finish this right here. The reason why teams like yes, I think his arm strength is significantly lower than what it used to be. I don't think he has the moon ball like he used to. But I really don't think with the weapons he has now, Roman Wilson isn't playing this year, but George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, those aren't. I mean, George Pickens is a good deep threat when he needs to be, but those aren't guys that needs the ball deep. You know, I think Quez Watkins is probably is a good deep threat, but does he really touch the field? We don't know. I don't know what their starting lineup is going to look like. But damn, let me get back to this. The reason why Tom Brady has so much success, because he was never the highest paid. He was never the highest paid quarterback. He was never the highest paid quarterback. He was always able to get more help on his team where the team needed help at, because he didn't need to take up majority of the salary cap for his team. The only time I ever seen Tom Brady get paid big, if I can remember correctly, is those last couple years in New England. I think that last contract he had in New England, and then that first contract he had with Tampa Bay. I think that's the only time that I ever seen him really get a big bag. But Dolphins, they're gonna struggle soon because their money's not gonna be able to keep up with all those people because they just restructured Jalen Ramsey, making him the highest paid corner after Pat Surtain just got paid. You got Javon Holland, who's coming up on a contract. I mean, I guess that's why you got rid of Christian Wilkins, so that you could maybe manipulate some of the cap. But you guys are gonna have to pay some people down the line. Even though you got your big contracts out the way, in the next couple of years, this is why I think that this team is going to be good. They got their contracts out the way early. Teams, see, that's the thing. What quarterback do you really believe in? Like, name a quarterback right now outside of Patrick Mahomes, and I would say Lamar Jackson, because he's 80% of the Ravens, that you would lock up for the next 10 years outside of those two. Excuse me, my allergies are whooping me today. Excuse me. Give me one, Snipe. Give me a good name. A quarterback that you would lock up for the next 10 years that you would trust for the next 10 years, that you would marry because once you make that contract, a 10-year contract, that's a marriage. To me, that's a marriage. You know, you're stuck till somebody's ready to sign a divorce. Lamar and Allen for sure. I'm not okay. Allen, I can see. Josh Allen, I can see Josh Allen. But the rest of these guys, no. Trevor Lawrence, no. Joe Burrow, injury history, no. Jared Goff, you're pushing like the back end of your career, no. Herbert, potentially, but I can't keep saying I need to see more of Herbert. I can't keep saying that. You're playing in a really hard division with the best quarterback in the league. You're competing up against him for 2 times a year. Your team is not doing anything to help you, really. I mean, you got a new head this year. You're on your 3rd head coach. You don't have any wide receivers. I mean, you drafted one in the 1st round, and he's trash. It looks like your game is going to be predicated on the run. So you're getting paid $52 million to hand the ball off. And I'm a big Herbie fan. I'm a big Herbo fan. I love Jay Herbo. I really do. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see what I'm falling off the hype train right now. I am. Lamar, this cap is gonna hurt them later. It really is. It's gonna hurt them next year. I hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't, but I think that's gonna hurt them next year because their cap situation is really tough, especially with Ronnie Stanley. Jalen Hurts, I can't wait for this team to burn. I can't wait. But yeah, I think that's why the Chiefs are gonna have longevity success. Even if we don't see them three-peat, there's no way that they don't make the Super Bowl again within the next 5 years. There's no way. Not with if as long as 15 is in that backfield, and then you got guys like Xavier Worthy. I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to replace Travis Kelce. I really think that there's no way that I don't see the Chiefs, progressing forward, especially with how they're manipulating their cap, using that contract for Patrick Mahomes. Maybe, but trade him where? Like, what team is going to trade for him right now? I think there's plenty of teams that are probably, like the Raiders might have traded for him, but I don't think they would trade to an interdivision. The Patriots maybe would have traded for him, but they don't want to use up their salary cap. Maybe. Well, no. Another contract question. When you trade a player that's in mid-contract, does the team that's trading, do they also pick up that contract, or does the team that you originally signed a contract with finish paying that contract? Because I seen that when Denver traded away Russ, they still have to pay out that 80. They had to eat that $60 to $80 million cap hit, right? Would that team end up picking up that contract, Snipe? I think you would know that better than I do, because again, I'm very uneducated about contracts and how they really truly work. I just know you get paid guaranteed money for this amount of years, and that's it. And I know there's incentives involved, but when it comes to how they're paying them, what averages. Why is it blocking? Hold on. Sorry, it's blocking your message on my screen. You only retain the guarantees. The new team picks up the base salaries. Okay, cool. Okay, so they would just pay off the guaranteed. I don't know what his guaranteed is. His guaranteed is probably like... What was Lamar's guarantee? 180? His guarantee is probably like the same thing. That's not bad. I guess. Shout out to Russ's agent. Russ got a crazy agent. I don't know how they pulled that off. I really don't know how, and I don't know why they did that. I really don't know why Denver did that. Denver doing that. This is my thing. I'm all for being a competitor. But I see Russ. There's not too many OG quarterbacks left. It's just Aaron Rodgers and Russ. Let me think of the other OG quarterbacks. Kirk is starting to be an OG quarterback. Is Dak starting to be an OG quarterback? I don't know. Is he? Geno's an OG quarterback. He's been around for a while. Trying to think of the other OG quarterbacks that's been around. That's starting in the league. I just think, so my point that I'm trying to make is that when you see that there's a division that's being strictly ran, right? When the division has to go through one person. Like let's say the AFC West and the AFC North. That those two divisions go through two people, Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. When Lamar Jackson is healthy, that is his division. And can't nobody tell me different. Because every time he's healthy and he's played, he's won that division. Every time. I think it's only 2 years that they haven't won the division. And those 2 years is because he missed the back end of the season. But the AFC West rolls through Patrick. Now, my question is, why would you want to go to those two divisions? Why? On the back end of your career, when you're trying to win, you're trying to add something to your Hall of Fame legacy, why would you want to go? I understand it's competitive nature. You think you could take those guys. No, those guys have the hot hand. My thing with Russ, you should have went to the NFC. Aaron Rodgers, I can understand you going to the Jets. It's a weaker division right now. Not weaker, but, it's an easier division. You know what? I'm hoping that's true because I really want to see a Baltimore and Kansas City rematch in the playoffs and the AFC title. But I really don't. I have to see what today. We have to see what today looks like. We have to see what today looks like. If today shows us what a lot of teams can be, that's why I'm so excited for that Colts and Houston game. I'm excited for this Jets game tomorrow. I really got to see what these teams look like because it's a lot of new faces and I'm not in a lot of new places and it's a lot of new shit going on around the league. What do you mean he had no choice? Who had no choice? Who had no choice? Because I'm pretty sure that in his second contract, Aaron Rodgers had a no trade clause. I'm pretty sure. And he wasn't going nowhere that he didn't want to go. In Denver, I think Russ was a free agent when he signed with Denver. He wasn't traded, but was he traded? Yeah, he was traded. But Russ, I don't know if Russ had a... You think so, Snipe? I think this is what Rodgers wants. I think there's no better first game back than this test for the Jets. There's no better test than this game right here for Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. There's no better test. I think that D-line is going to have him moving. I think that we get to see what that O-line looks like. We get to see what he looks like. This is why I think he should have played at least 2 preseason drives. So that not only for the fans, but for himself. Because this is going to be a really great test. And you really shouldn't have used this as your first test. You really should have used at least 2 preseason games, 1 preseason game as a test to see where you're at. Even if you just played the first preseason game and not the back 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like going up against in camp when you're doing a joint practice with the New York Giants, you're not doing anything but going up against second and third string corners. You're only going up against 1 first string corner. Everybody else is a second and third string corner, 4th string corner. Right now we have no solid corner number 2. I think we just signed Adoree Jackson, but that's after. But I just think, like, how is he going to move in the pocket? How is he going to how is he going to manipulate the pocket? How is he going to change this game? Like, this game is going to come, I feel like this game is not going to be a blowout game. It's going to come down to the wire if the Jets can live up to what they're supposed to live up to. If they can live up to what they're supposed to live up to, this game is going to come down to the wire and it's going to come down to like a field goal, or it's going to come down to who makes the first mistake. Like, whoever makes a mistake first is losing the game. Because I think these are 2 teams that take care of the ball really well. They have quarterbacks that take care of the ball really well. Let's see. Let's go to What's the over-under? The over-under is 43.5. And the spread is 3.5. The spread is 3.5. Yeah. I don't think we do. He's 40 years old, coming off an Achilles. I feel like, but I just think that his contract, he has to prove something. I feel like he said it himself. I have something to prove. I want to prove everybody wrong. So, and I want to see A-Rod. I do want to see A-Rod. I feel like we were robbed of it last year. Ayuk will be on snap count. Well, that makes Sauce's job easy. Sauce won't have to do anything but guard Debo. But he's not even going to have to guard Debo. And Parcells isn't playing. Who the hell are they going to throw the ball to? Kittle and Jennings? That's locked. That's locked. We got to see. I'm excited. Yo, you know who I'm really excited for? This is my hot take. I said this a couple weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. Breece Hall is the next running back to get paid this offseason, right? You're not getting paid by the New York Jets. If the New York Jets pay you, it's because they had the money to pay you. But the Jets are not going to pay you next season. That's my hot take. And the reason why is not because he's going to have a bad year. I think he's going to have a fantastic year. I think he's going to go off. But I think the person behind him is also going to go off and also not take his spot, but be the answer for the Jets. I think the Jets will take him and move forward with him and Braylon Allen. And especially because there's too many last year was the class of wide receivers. This year is the class of running backs for the draft. Running backs and is it the class of quarterbacks? Because how many quarterbacks are coming out this year? Shador, Quinn, Moss, Newsomer, Leonard, Beck, Gabriel, Howard. You got a lot of quarterbacks coming out this year. But I think this year, interestingly, is the year of the running backs for the draft. So looking forward, I think the Jets can get a really good running back to replace Breece next year. And I think Breece will be on a new team next year. That's my hot take, and that's what I'm going to close out with. I know I said I was going to extend the show, but my allergies are really whooping me, and I need to go take some medicine for it. So we're going to close out early. Kickoff is in 50 minutes. Y'all get y'all popcorn, y'all wings, y'all pizza, whatever y'all get ready. Snipe, we going to talk in the chat, in the messenger chat. Everybody that came through, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Snipe, I'm going to text you outside the chat so we can get a day. Now that you see like what time I do on Sundays, Saturdays I do the same time. It's just yesterday I was doing something with my family yesterday, so I couldn't stream yesterday. But Saturdays and Sundays, same time, 11 to 12. If I get more topics and I start getting guests in, I'll start extending it to 11 to 1 right before kickoff for Sundays. But Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm 9 to 10. So I'm going to get you getting here. I'm going to get Long Living here. If you have anybody else that, wants to come and talk, Girl's Dad, I know Girl's Dad does a lot of talking too. I've seen him talk sometimes. Him and his buddy could come through. I'm inviting everybody to come through. I can get you guys in a segment, get your guys' opinions, get some debates going on, and we could really get this show going on the road. But I really do appreciate everybody coming through. Happy Sunday, happy football. God bless everybody. Drink some water, talk to your family, get some good eats. Shmoney out.
Three, two, one. We have a liftoff.